Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out.
We have returned. So, Frankie, you're the captain of the goddamn boat. Where is it? Where are you going? What's happening? Because you had this kind of like painful conversation with Gritch, where like the world was clear for about 4 seconds, and then the water got all muddy again.
Yep. So, Frankie's idea, I guess, is to she still wants to hunt down these problems and eliminate them before they get worse.
Yeah.
Well, they've already gotten worse. Before they get a lot worse. Gritch is advising caution and waiting and everything, and that's fine in terms of the cure. But I feel like if Gritch wants to keep working on that and study nothing and work on the cure, Gritch can just do that. But Frankie doesn't want to just sit and wait until that's done before she does something.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
So
you can do your thing, but we got to keep living.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Gritch did make the recommendation of going north.
Yeah, and there was the whole 10 plus XP. That was the manipulation, right? Is that
yeah,
you cannot do it. Well, okay, maybe this is the thing. Maybe we need to do that. So you're in your cabin or looking at your maps, trying to decide what to do, because Gritch said go north, but in your heart you want to go back to civilization. Fishertown still feels safe, and you have a job you did. You can go back there. There's a very concrete set of next steps if you go to Fishertown. Otherwise, it's just north into the weirdness again.
Right, and it's super vague too. We're not going back to the school to go talk to Metropolis, and Gritch didn't actually tell me anything useful.
Yeah.
It was
well, you don't even remember Metropolis.
Yeah, right. I don't.
Exactly. So it would be impossible for Gritch to even explain it. Yes, to be fair, from Gritch's perspective, you would just confuse things more by being honest. But
that's one way of looking at it.
I mean, that was the Gritchiest way of interpreting that possible.
Exactly. So,
but what we're doing here is we're looking at Frankie, and right, yes. Frankie is in her space, trying to make sense of the universe.
Yeah.
Trying to set a course.
Set a course for the universe.
Yeah, and
set a course for Satan.
Exactly. That's where she's at in her mind. She does trust Gritch, and she does want to do what's best in this weird situation. She knows Gritch is the expert, but it's so meaningless to her, and it doesn't. There's nothing concrete for her to do. So,
yep, that's fair.
I think. Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: you can take the XP, not act under fire, and do it,
and just start sailing north, right?
Just go north, or you can act under fire, and we can see what happens.
Yeah, right. Well, man, I'm so torn. Because the other factor here is that there's some kind of imminent threat. Leaving, not going back to the Fishers might just be leaving them to the fates, I think that's on her mind too, that the whole reason there was a war council and they sent us out was because there was this imminent danger. And
so
doesn't want to just sail away from them and be whatever. The only people that aren't consumed by weirdness, we're just going to abandon you. So yeah, no, I'm not going north. Fuck that. I'm not doing that.
So Gritch also offered to go alone.
To go north alone?
Mm-hmm.
How would you do that?
I don't know. And hop in a boat and fucking do it.
Yeah, I mean, there is still one of the I think the Navarre 2 is still operable.
Yeah, there's like a little Zodiac out there or something.
Yeah, totally.
It was a speedboat, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to have to be your option, I guess, then, because like you can feel the boat turning southeast.
Well, you haven't acted under fire yet.
You gotta act under fire. So this is always
Wait,
a little
hang
bit.
on. No. I don't have to act under fire. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I don't have to act under fire to do it.
Not do it. Yeah, no, the fire is a separate.
Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
The thing I do after this, I'm acting under fire because I'm distracted by your counsel the other way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whatever comes up next is acting under fire for me because I don't feel right. I don't feel good about my decision.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, so I start turning the boat, and if you want to, I mean, we're basically at the docks of Mercer's Hold, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you want to go on your own, now's the time.
Yeah, definitely do.
Okay. Are you gonna need to move nothing and take him with you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I kind of idle and turn and give you plenty of time. I kind of sit there and wait till you're clear, and then.
But it's like not communicated. Like I just realized that you're fucking me over, and I'm like,
I don't say anything to you. But I just kind of out of the corner of my eye kind of watch you leave.
yeah, and I'm just like, fine, whatever. And I go and like take the boat which we had scavenged.
So Biz is like, you're on the deck and you're like bringing your bags up and stuff. And Biz is like, where are you going? What's going on?
Well, I know where we need to go, and if Frankie doesn't want to do it, I have to do it alone.
What? Where are we? We just set up the infirmary, and nothing's in there, and you can't move him.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
Yeah, he's sick. We're gonna just throw him on a speedboat? That's crazy. You're being crazy. Just to be like totally clear, this isn't me as the GM trying to use Biz to use you, like change your mind. This is just this is Biz reaction. That's as much for the audience as it is for you, but I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that. I don't give a fuck what you do. Do whatever you want.
Biz, I understand, and it does feel a little crazy, but I need to go and do this. I need to bring nothing with me. You don't have to come. In fact, it might be good if you looked after Frankie, kept her on an even keel.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
She needs someone to talk to who isn't Navarre.
I'm not a fucking psychotherapist, Gritch. I sew people up for a living. I don't. This was not the deal, Gritch. This is not how you said it was going to be. We're supposed to work with the crew and make sure people don't get killed and like do jobs like you promised. Like you fucking said before. I don't understand you. You are such an asshole.
Biz, I'm sorry. And I'll be back. I'm not just going to go disappear.
Are you telling me to stay here, or are you saying I can if I want to?
You can if you want to. You can come with me if you want to as well.
And where are you going?
I'm going to the abandoned clave.
Why? There's nobody there.
And I just smile. That's what people think.
Whatever. Fuck, get my fucking stuff. And he like
Yeah, we're friends.
he storms off.
So yeah, we pack like my whole like angel kit stuff and nothing into this like speedboat. And me and Biz peace out.
Okay, are you taking your other goon with you?
Yeah, Silas should come along too.
Silas, yes. Okay, all right. So Silas, Biz, and Gritch get on the speedboat and head northwise. You're going to be the little orange X now.
Yay.
And the Vixen begins its trip southward. Do you say anything to Navarre before you leave, or are you just like, peace out? Or do you not say anything to anybody and are just grumpy and get on your boat and you're like, man, I'm out?
Yeah, I feel like kind of betrayed, so I just like...
Whatever. I like how you're going to the place where they're originally going to leave you because you were sick in the first place. Like, fine, I'm just going to go back to that place you were going to ditch me at. Never mind, I'll go to Leper Island by myself.
Yeah, I feel
This was the long con to make it Gritch's idea.
So you,
That's great.
you drive off on the boat and Frankie and Navarre just like high five.
Teamwork.
Works every time.
So passive aggressive.
funny how feelings of betrayal and me going to this place are always connected.
Yeah, funny how that works. Okay. All right. So let's follow Frankie and Navarre. So we cross wipe to you arriving at Fishertown, I guess, with your new boat in tow. And you are met at the docks by another of Satan's minions, probably. So I will need to conjure one up from the darkness, because the only other one I had is dead now. Okay, so this fisher is... let's call him Emmanuel. So Emmanuel Fisher comes to meet you when you arrive, and it's a big deal because everybody knows you're on your way. You're dragging a huge ship behind you, and so yeah, he shows up, and you can see that he's looking for, first of all, like to confirm, like, yeah, this is the Vixen. Okay, I got that sorted out, and then he's looking for Abraham because Abraham and Silas went out with you, and he's worked with Abraham before. And like the rest of Satan's minions, he's dressed like in a militant fashion. You know, he's got his gun out and obvious. But yeah, he seems like concerned, and he helps you out onto the dock and gets some dock like workers to start tying up the boat. And he says, kind of conversation, I guess, to you, Frankie, like, so, I mean, how did it go? We didn't see smoke or anything.
We did it. You don't need to worry about Mercer or her hold or nothing anymore. They're taken care of.
Okay. All right. Good. Where's everybody else?
Gritch had to take care of a few things. They'll be back later.
So you want to go see Satan?
Yeah, she kind of thumbs over at the warboat. She's like, I brought him a present.
He looks at it and like whistles, like, yeah, you did. That's a hell of a thing. Will Mercer have that?
No, nothing had it. I don't know where he got it.
Shit. Well, that's a hell of a boat. All right. And so he looks over like past you at the deck and sees Navarre. Is like, yo, Navarre, you coming?
I do go, because now we're not really concerned about losing our shit, right? We're on the good side.
I mean, I am always concerned about you losing your shit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I look to Frankie for sure then and just see what she wants me to do. I'll stay with the boat if we need to.
I don't think so. I mean, if the Fishers are wanting to screw us over and take our stuff, like, I don't
We'll just kill everybody and take it back.
Yeah, like they're that's true. I guess they're signing death warrants if they do that.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to worry about it. I feel like we're in a good place with them. So unless you really want to stay, I wouldn't.
Oh, I follow.
Okay.
okay. All right. So you're in you're on the bridge. You're on the bridge of the main ship, and you're there with Satan. And I don't think anyone else is there now. Jesus is off, like doing something. He's like attending to some business. So it's just you two and Satan on the bridge. And when you come in, when you walk in through the door, they are up by the big steering wheel, just kind of like looking out at the like cargo containers that are out on the deck. And they hear you come in, but they don't turn.
Frankie says, we took care of that problem and got a little bonus besides. Nothing and his people showed up, got caught in the crossfire.
So, yeah, Satan turns around real slow. Yeah, so just to remind you, they wear like a heavy mask, like a breathing mask. And so they turn. You can't see their face; you just see the reflection of the room in the dull glass of the mask. And they walk over to you, and look at you, the two of you, and then they say, "Where's Gritch?"
Gritch is with nothing.
Nothing is alive.
Yeah, the only one that made it out. We're keeping an eye on him.
Not from where I'm standing, you're not.
Gritch is handling it.
And you trust Gritch?
Yeah.
I feel the need to say as far as I can throw him. Actually, really far.
Yeah, pretty fucking far. Outer space, basically.
What? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, you don't, Frankie. You. How much do you know about the connection between Gritch and nothing? Nothing. Okay.
Actually, I'll try to read Satan. That seems like a tough thing to do, but I'll give it a shot.
Sure. Yeah.
Since they're being pointed in their questions here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's Satan really feeling about Gritch here?
Nervous, but not about Gritch individually. Nervous about the idea of Gritch and nothing being alone together somewhere else. So Satan, Satan immediately changes the subject. Like as soon as you're like, hey, what? They're like, Frankie, I'm sorry, I'm being rude. You did a good job. When we didn't see any smoke on the horizon, we wondered. But if you say it's dealt with, I believe you.
Yeah, it's not going to be a problem anymore. But there may be others. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I believe so.
And then it sounds like you might have more work for us.
I might. I'm more concerned right now about nothing still being alive. And with Gritch. Where are they? You still got questions, right?
I still got a couple questions here. Let me pull it up, see if I'm inspired to ask one. How could I get Satan to talk about their concerns with nothing and like open up to me about that stuff?
You could just like ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Then when Satan says that, I say, "What do you mean? Is there a problem?"
Yes, there has been for some time. We don't kill our criminals, Frankie. We exile them. This would not have been my preferred choice for the two of them. But sometimes tradition is more important.
For the two of who?
Nothing. Gritch.
They were fishers,
They were.
and they got exiled.
Yes.
For what?
If you could see Satan's face right now.
Yeah.
All the hard
So Satan turns away from you, and puts their like burned hands on the rail, and you can see like them like gripping the railing. They're like cracked skin, bending, and they shake their head, and you can tell that they're like in pain. Like there's like this is a hard memory for them. And they turn. They don't actually turn around. You just hear them say, "I don't remember. Only pain, fire. There was damage to the record. No one remembers."
So John knows this, but I need it for Frankie here.
Totally.
Is Satan telling the truth?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's interesting info. So Frankie says, so what do you want us to do about it? I mean, they're gone, right? They're still gone. We can make sure they never come back, if that's what you want.
Satan is so glad that you volunteered that instead of making them like. So yeah, so I think Satan says to you, Frankie, my hands are tied. I can't get the revenge I so badly want. Despite everything that's happened, I'm still a fisher. And then he kind of like looks at Navarre. The two of you aren't.
So what are you saying here?
The damage that the two of them did to this community is immeasurable. The record has been permanently harmed because of them. I don't think they mean any good in the world. Wherever it is they're going, whatever it is the two of them are doing together, it's not going to go well. Not for me, the other fishers, for you, anyone. They're dangerous, Frankie.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. As far as I can tell, Fisher's here got something good going on. I don't want to see it fall apart like it has everywhere else. Me and mine will help you, and we'll look out for you. But if you're saying you want us to take care of Gritch, that's not something I can promise you.
I know you're loyal to your crew. And I would never ask you to do anything to harm them directly. I'm just saying be careful. Just watch out.
Satan's just your buddy.
Yep. I mean, Satan's being pretty clear about like that they have a personal stake in this too. They said from the beginning, like, I'm super biased. I fucking hate those two.
Yeah.
And like I would go after them and like kill them myself if I could, but I'm bound by the tradition. We don't kill our own. We exile.
Right. Yeah, it seems like they're being super straight with me and Navarre.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be clear back. I think we're not really messing with each other here. It's pretty straightforward. We brought you a present.
Did you?
Yeah, maybe I like sort of indicate the other window that looks out the other side where the boats are docked, and like point at the giant Coast Guard cutter refit warboat thing.
Satan, walks over to it and kind of nods slowly and is like, "It's beautiful, Frankie. Thank you."
Just doing our job. Do the job, get paid, right? And I kind of look at their gas mask.
Yeah. They say it doesn't always have to be this way, Frankie. For you, I mean. You could stay with us. We could find a place for you here.
Frankie Fisher.
Yeah.
Oh, Satan. You know just what to say. Oh, man. I'm going to read Navarre if I can.
Yeah, because it was definitely not an invitation to Navarre.
I glanced sideways, and I want to know what Navarre is feeling here. Let's see if I can do it. All right, that's enough for one.
Yeah, so what are you, Navarre? What are you doing during this conversation?
What I have to say about what I'm doing will answer John's probable question. So I'll let him ask the question first.
Well, it's what are you really feeling, I think, is part of my question.
I'm thinking about how to ask Satan to replace my grenade launcher that was lost in this battle.
I love that that's what you're thinking about, like, what's all this? I don't fucking care. I need a new gun, please.
Yeah, I lost my grenade launcher and I'm really upset about it still. And I'm planning on, when it's my turn and the business has been done, figuring out if he can replace that for me as part of our prize.
Nice.
I don't care that he invited you. I don't want to live here. If
Right.
I have to go back and be on my own again, I'm fine. I'm just
Frankie wants redemption.
time.
Navarre wants a gun.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, and that, in a way, that's kind of extra poignant. It's almost like it's like a mice and men kind of thing here. Like, it just kind of this simple mind of Navarre, the focused mind of I need my new gun. Like she doesn't really have anybody except Frankie, and doesn't really care.
It's not like, I care, but like you can make your own decisions, kind of a thing.
Right,
Like we're independent people traveling together. If you
Right.
decide
So-
what's best for you is something else, then I'm not gonna.
I mean, I guess my question to you, Avzin, about Navarre is like, where would Navarre go if Frankie was like, well, I guess I'm gonna be a fisher now. I don't need you, gunlugger. Go plug your guns elsewhere.
I would get a boat and try to get away from the weird, maybe. See what happens. I don't know.
Okay. Does the thought occur to you at all, or are you just like, I
No,
need a group?
no.
Okay.
If it happens, I will deal with it, and I make a decision, and I go do whatever.
I like that Frankie's scoping mechanism is intense psychological myopia. Like, just I can't see more than 30 seconds ahead of me, so I never have to think about anything but the next thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Totally.
She wants to get back to having a future, but it just keeps being thwarted. But get a life with the Fishers is an interesting, tempting offer there, Satan. But she's also not the type that just like jumps on something right away.
Yeah, of course.
She plays a little cool. So in the moment, she just kind of nods her head. She says, "That's something we can talk about, but not right now."
I understand. It's a big decision. Think about it. Speak with other members of the community. Talk to Jesus.
That never gets old.
No, never. It's so good.
Take a walk with Jesus.
That's right. Jesus is actually kind of an asshole, though, which is awesome.
Yeah, also good.
You're never alone. Jesus is always at your side.
He never goes home. He's eating your food, drinking your food. Jesus, go home, man. So, yeah. So, Satan has invited you to, like, stay among the Fishers for as long as it takes for you to, like, figure out what you're doing next. But also is like, we should talk again about this nothing Gritch situation. I'm concerned it'll get worse.
Yeah. I think so. In the short term, we're planning to kind of sort out our barter situation with the Fishers. Maybe we can just trade for like the essentials and maybe a sort of credit on fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
As trade for the boat. Like, it's such a valuable thing. Like, they obviously can't like give us a fair trade, but maybe it can be more like we have eating credits with the Fishers now that we can trade in the future.
Yeah,
I would also like a gun, please.
I would like a gun.
And especially considering what happened with Satan, that like Frankie gets a little bit more concerned with making sure Navari gets her barter. Like, not in a super obvious, like, I need to make sure that you're getting what you need in case you end up on your own. Like, it's not that.
Right, okay.
But it's definitely like going into business mode and making sure we get a fair deal from the Fishers and Navari gets her cut. And
okay, well, Navari, why don't you, it sounds to me like you're going out into the market to find a thing, and it's not so much that they're not going to want to give it to you, but that, like, a grenade launcher is a hard thing to come by.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do I roll or something? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's a specific move for it.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Go out into a holdings busting market looking for some particular thing to buy. So are you looking for...
I'm looking... It don't necessarily have to be a grenade launcher, just another fuck-off big gun.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll plus your sharp.
Sweet.
Bam. Yeah, sure. What gun do you want?
What are the options?
There's a list
Fuck
somewhere.
up big guns. It's silence. Oh, yeah. Silence sniper rifle, 3 harm far high tech. A machine gun, 3 harm close / far area messy, or an assault rifle, 3 harm close loud auto fire, or a grenade launcher, 4 harm close area messy.
What was the harm on the assault rifle?
3. They're all 3 except a grenade launcher.
I want the grenade launcher back.
Yeah, you want a new grenade launcher?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I need a new replacement.
Okay.
Old Bessie drowned in the river.
new old Bessie.
Cool. Okay, yeah, you go out and spend some time in the market looking for a gun. I don't know, like, I guess you'll have to spend barter worth of, like, because how much barter is a gun like that worth? Like, quite a lot, I imagine.
4 or 5, I would say, given
Yeah.
the general scaling of things.
How much butter do we get for the warboat?
The boat, I mean, you did tell Satan it was a gift, but I would hang off on the boat because that would be a perfect, like, that would be a good dowry. Like, I'm bringing the boat and giving it to the community so that I might, join it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But if you want to, Navarre, like, you can trade basically all of your cut for the job for that gun. But it does mean you're going to need to figure out a food situation while you're here.
I still have 1 barter too.
Okay,
So
sure.
I will do that.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Alrighty, sweet. So yeah, you got a nice new grenade launcher. New to you anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Frankie, you have like ammo and fuel and like dried goods supplies for the ship again, for the boat.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Okay. So meanwhile, on the speedboat,
It's actually been an hour. Do you want to cut before we go back, or does it?
we were a bit over
Oh, we
on
were, you're right.
our last one. So let's do
Yeah,
this
let's go.
part and then we'll cut to a break.
Cool.
So do you go straight to? So here's the thing, Gritch. Like you don't remember. You remember, this is the thing. You remember nothing's memories of the school room and of Metropolis and of that stuff. And you kind of vaguely remember that one guy you deep brain scanned, and
Yeah,
there's some kind of connection there. Yeah, Amble, but you don't remember like anything else about
I'm kind of running on a hunch here.
Totally. Yeah, you got a gut feeling. Gritch, post-apocalyptic private eye.
You know, the whisper in my ghost kind of thing.
Yeah. Are you? So are you just taking the most direct route there? Or are you trying to like avoid trouble or like show up unnoticed? Like, what's your vector here?
I think I'm trying to just get there quickly because the longer I'm in this boat with nothing, it's like risk to him, or like destabilizing him and stuff. So trying to be pretty direct and quick about it.
Okay. All right. So I guess then, can you act under fire for me? And the fire is the safety.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the fire. Fuck it. It doesn't even matter. You just blow through it. Good work. All right. Yes. So you're much better at driving boat than I expected. Good work. And yeah, you approach the abandoned enclave from the south, and you can see in the distance. It's like, I guess it's probably like dusk when you get here. You can see in the distance Nothing's new fortress, kind of like hanging on the horizon, off to your left as you pull towards the clave. Yeah, and so like before, just like some buildings, mostly collapsed, a few that have been sort of rebuilt, and then the school up on the hill.
Yeah, so we try to like unload nothing from the boat, like just like bring it right up to the beach.
Okay.
Get him out of it.
He's pretty like physically he's more or less okay, but mentally he's still pretty fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
So he gets confused really easily. A lot of his symptoms, like you wouldn't recognize this, but a lot of his symptoms are like he has Alzheimer's. So you tell him something and he'll forget. He every once in a while will be like, "Where am I? Who are you people? Like, what am I doing here?" Like he's cut off from his memories. So yeah, you're really having to like shepherd him everywhere you go.
Yeah, and like we're not really trying to like stay hidden or be
sure.
We're just kind of like getting him up.
Okay, so as you and Biz are like getting him out of the boat, Biz looks at you and looks at the clave and is like, I got a bad feeling about this. This place is creeping me out.
Well, it's as nice as any place around here.
Looks over at the fortress. He's like, I don't know about that.
Oh, that's going to be any better?
Looks at nothing. I mean, we got the key to the front door, right?
Well, if this doesn't work, that's where we're going.
All right, how are we going to know when it doesn't work?
Yeah, if there's no one here.
Okay. All right.
It's no problem. So, yeah, we'll kind of like walk him up.
Okay. As you get closer and closer towards the school, you start to feel like a dull ache in the back of your head, and it gets like stronger the closer you get. And I think at some point you like stumble a little bit under nothing's weight, and Biz looks at you, kind of like confused, and is like, "Hey, are you okay?" I mean, I can carry one of the two of you, but this is going to be real difficult if you're both falling down.
And I'm like, "We'll be fine. Just a headache." Which reminds me, one thing we didn't go over is how the hell I'm supposed to fix this illness.
Yeah.
Which I'm supposed to know now.
Totally.
We got sidetracked.
So when you say fix it, do you mean cure it?
Yeah, because that was what I was originally trying to figure out.
And you're originally trying to figure out how to cure it, like generally, or
yeah, like just a regular cure, not like how to
there's just straight up there's an antidote for it. It was engineered to be taken apart. There an antidote exists.
An obvious thing.
You could you don't have the equipment or the material to synthesize it yourself, but with like time and barter and whatever, you could synthesize an antidote.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but you definitely know how to do that, if not having the means to do so.
Great. So, yeah, I just like kind of try to push through the headache if I can, and keep.
Okay, well, so when you address the headache, when you kind of like focus on it and try to like push through it, you can actually feel, like there's that feeling that you get when like your skin hurts a little bit and you know you're getting sick, but it hasn't happened yet. Something in you is like trying to manifest, and being close to this place, being here, is what's causing it. Yeah, something in the air is making you like it's aggravating your condition.
All right, can I read the situation?
Yeah, sure.
Woo. Okay. So what's my best way in, given that this place is making me feel shitty?
It's not making you feel shitty. It's making your body feel like anxious, and you're fighting that. Your best way in, meaning like how to get into this place, would be just like go in. It doesn't seem like there's anyone around. But if you keep like the headache is caused from your body like resisting the disease, and if you just like let whatever it's trying to do happen, then it'll pass.
Ominous. And is there something I should be on the lookout for here?
Not that you're capable of being aware of, no.
Okay. And then who's in control here in reference to the like sickness?
For the time being, you are.
Okay, so I feel like I can.
I mean, it's like you're holding back a sneeze. You could just like, or like trying really hard not to like throw up. If you do it, you're gonna feel a lot better, but it's probably gonna be unpleasant.
Yeah, so I think I'll hold off on puking.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just trying to like make our way up to some shelter or something.
Okay. All right. So you get up to the door and open it, and it's just like a set of swinging doors, and you're inside the school, and it looks much as it was the last time you were here, but it's all brand new to you.
So I'm like looking for a classroom that looks like the one that I remember from Nothing's memory.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it only takes a little bit, and you find it, and you bring Nothing into that room, and Biz is like looking around, kind of perplexed, like. And I think maybe if you notice him looking around, he looks at you, and it's like, what the hell kind of place is this?
It's called a school, and I'm like uncertain about it, but the word came to mind, like.
Sure, yeah. And he looks at all the desks and is kind of like, this is weird. This is so weird. And you sit Nothing down at like a teacher's desk.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of sits placidly, like looking around.
And do I remember any of the like words that were said from that like pep talk that Metropolis was giving him?
Yeah, I think so.
So I think I just like snap in front of Nothing's face, and I'm like just start listing off words that I remember.
Okay. Give me a second. I need to look at your character sheet. It's not an ominous thing to say. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll just ask you. Do you have a gun on you?
Yeah, I have Jericho's gun still.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure.
Biz also has a gun on him.
True, but you're standing closer to Nothing.
Yeah.
And where is it?
I don't know. It's like tucked away. Like I don't have it like ready to draw or anything. It's probably like in my bag or something.
Okay, yeah, Biz is less good about that. It's just like in his belt.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like snapping in front of him, and you like say a word, one of them, and nothing seems to get like a sudden like robotic clarity. And he like lunges for Biz.
Oh shit.
He just gets up and lunges at him.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Biz is like, what the fuck? And like falls over backwards over a desk. And yeah, nothing tries to like rush him, basically.
I guess he's getting the whispers. Yeah. I'll just be like, nothing, stop. And
Okay, you're gonna try and go aggro on his brain.
it's what the community wants.
How did we do?
14.
Very well.
Doesn't.
Nice. Okay, so he doesn't have a choice, right? He just has to stop. Okay. All right.
And maybe it's like he hears Metropolis's voice or something. Like
Totally. Yeah. You opened the pathway of control, and you're just following it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you just stop him, and he like freezes, and then kind of like shakes out of it, and is like looking around all dopey and confused again. And Biz like gets up and like walks away to the other side of the room, like brushing himself off. It's like, fuck this, fuck you, nothing, fuck this place. Can we be gone, please? Please?
someone did something to him here.
Yeah, you, just now.
No,
Twice.
before. That's why he's acting like this.
The air in here isn't cool. And he like points at like a patch of mold on the wall. He's like, that can't be healthy. I'm starting to freak out.
And like I look at the mold and I'm like, oh, that's familiar.
Yeah,
The, like,
definitely.
weird mind trap thing. I'm like, all right, maybe we've learned something here and we'll go outside. And so we start like walking out.
Okay. So I think you come out to the door and step outside, and it's like raining and shitty out. It's gotten like just dark enough, like the sun has gone down just enough that you can still see, but it's all hard lines and contrast shapes. And you see when you walk out, 3 people. You recognize one from Nothing's memory. It is Metropolis, though you don't know her name.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2, because we are an audience seeing this, we recognize it's Burns, the doctor, and that guy that didn't like Nabare.
Brentwood.
Brentwood, yeah. Yeah, and they're all standing there. So you walk out, and we see them, and now we can break, and we'll come back after that.
I forgot. I was too into the story. All right, guys. Hang tight. We'll be back for the last hour. See you in a bit.
Cool.